Hey Beyonce Gnolls, it's Rock, coming to you with another VOD review. This time it was versus Souls in Slow-Mo, and you guys are on Cursed Hollow. So, looks like this time around, based on draft order, you guys first picked Joe, then Falstad, then Dahaka Anduin, and followed up last pick with Jaina. So, looking at the map as a whole, the map tends to be a little more macro focused. Doesn't have to be per se, but it tends to be a little more macro focused and making sure that we are drafting win conditions and things that make sense. Looking at the enemy team, they also want to kill something, right? It's stun, 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 stun. So if anyone gets caught in a stun, they will die. There's 4 stuns and a silence puddle. So one of the things that you guys need to decide when playing this matchup is how do you want to fight? Do you want to fight into their death ball of stuns? Do you want to try and split them up? How would you win this matchup? So looking at this, the first thing I have a question on is going to be builds when we get there. So good job, push there. So you guys have global advantage, so you can take prolong fights and get siege value, and they do not. Their best wave clear heroes are going to be on KT and potentially Lunara, if Lunara takes PvE talents. So you guys really need to be safe. It looks like Falstad, they continue to try and get Calm down here, so just stay safe, Calm. Keep calling out using your words. Hey, there's 4 down here. So you guys are already up on camps, so you're definitely being able to play a little bit ahead on macro here. Doing that hard camp down there is a little bit hard for Jaina early game, just because it has spell armor. So this is one of those things where Joe probably wants to help, or at least control vision. Because like right now, like you could dip down at least to see if they're here for potential invade, or you could dip and find vision for Ramsey. Because like you standing here middle doesn't do anything. Like you're not at least showing, so you're not giving away free information. So you check there again. You could fast, if you're going to stand here, clear this wave. Right? Like if we're going to be spending time, make your time useful. If your goal is to provide vision for your team and find out where Garrosh is, he's clearly not mid. If your team is working this camp, you need to help them with this camp, or you need to find a way to be able to make sure they get the camp. So to me, I would have gone straight to this camp knowing that you only have Erica, and Erica can't clear this as Jaina into spell armor. So I would have ran straight here to help them, in my opinion. It doesn't mean that's what you have to do. You stayed mid, but now you're mid doing nothing. So like if you're going to be mid, clear this wave and do something. Right? Like Joe, one of the strengths of Joe is just that Joe does have wave clear. So I would clear this wave and go do something. Because right now, they're not clearing this camp. They're both going to die. So, right? So if we would have came earlier, then they wouldn't. So the idea is that if you came earlier, they wouldn't have to back. Jaina might still have to back because Jaina needs mana, but they wouldn't have to back. So then you would potentially have a push middle with everybody instead of them getting potentially time to clear. So we'll see if you still get a chance to get that push middle. False's obviously watching bottom. You see Garrosh here.
Gather tribute and
Okay. When playing Cursed Hollow, you need to make decisions. How are we playing for this objective? So the first question is, do we want to fight? Right? If we look, we pick 2 globals. So we want to fight either A, after they have responded to our globals, or B, we want to fight when we can use our globals to take a numbers up fight. Right? So right now, we have 3 mid, 1 top, 1 bottom. We are missing 3 of their players. Right? I believe Imperius is still top. He's been top. So we only want to take fights when we can use our global to our advantage. If they're not going to answer Ramsey in this camp, he's going to get the wall. But since it's top, they're going to come top. So they're going to be answering Ramsey as well. Falstead has time to clear this camp and then fly in to support. So you guys either want to make a call as soon as you see where it's spawning. Comb, keep pushing. We don't want you to fight. Or Comb, we want to fight. We need to get you here early to get a numbers advantage. Comb, we want you to clear this camp. Right? Or Ramsey, we want you to keep pushing. Don't fight. Whatever your guys' decision is, make sure you're communicating that before you get here. Because right now, they have a mid camp they have not answered. They have a top camp. They have not answered. They have a bottom Falstead. They are not answering. Right now, they're not answering a lot. You guys are up a full level because of your soak and your camps. What are they good at? Team fighting, CC lockdown. Don't give them the fight. So they time their harp camp maybe better. We'll see. Hey, they gave you that for free because they messed up on that timing of that hard camp. Joe and Dahaka might be in trouble now because you just saw Garrosh walk right here. So, nice juke. Ramsey probably still dies because he already used Burrow. No, he lives. Okay, cool. You live, take the free clear middle. Yep. And let's get out of there. So you guys are up still, almost a full level. You stopped all their danger. You stopped all their stuff. You got damage on the both walls, right? Like, you almost got a tower on both sides. You guys are looking great. Just don't give them a fight, and you'll do fine. So, you know the next objective's on your side, right? So since it's on your side, you get to call the shots. You can choose when to engage, because for them to take this, they have to walk on your half. So between this vision and this vision, they should not be able to surprise you. So this would be a great opportunity for Dahaka or Falstad to siege top and put the pressure on them until you're ready to fight, or to take a numbers up fight. You guys are also up 7-6s. Duck has a save missing Garrosh. Good job finding him. Blah, 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 blah. We're wave clearing. We're wave clearing. We're waiting the waves come to us. Because we know Garrosh is still there. Yep. Good vision. Lunara did take PvE. Yes, he did take PvE. Okay. We know. So good call that Garrosh is missing. Okay, we have no vision of anyone on their team. The last time we saw them was here. There's a good chance they are rotating towards here, or rotating towards here. So I'm glad Comb's safe and back. I don't know if Comb has tap. That he does, so he should tap.
My enemy's gone missing.
Boop.
The enemy's disappeared from.
Okay, we see KT showing bottom. We still have no vision. Everyone's missing. Okay.
Watch out.
Great calls. Okay, if we want to rotate this way into the death trap, we can. Joe flashlights, and then we know. Right? Because right now we have no vision. But dancing here doesn't help. Right? Like, I agree. This is all danger. So you guys need to make a choice. Are we going through the danger or going around? But you need to make that decision and not waddle. See, now you've waited too long, and now they're in position to channel. Right? If you would have just, as soon as the first danger ping came out, decided we're going to go this way, you could fight on this side and stall. But now, for you to stall, now we're walking into the choke that they said that they're at. Is Comb going to get that poke? Okay, Comb gets the poke. Okay, so we blew D. Dahaka is hearthing. So Dahaka took a bad fight top, so we're not going to be able to get our advantage fight. He wants to dig in. This is the fight. If you're going to do it, let's do it. Dahaka is digging in. Dahaka's in. This is a 4v5 briefly. Okay, we're on channel. Comb's on channel, so someone should be screaming channel, 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 channel. Okay, now you need to... Oh, okay, let's back up. So you guys mistimed this and miscommunicated. Okay. So right here, there needs to be a call. Fight or channel. Pick one. You can't do both. The whole reason this is advantageous is you have 5 people here. Right? They don't. So if we're fighting, fight. If we're channeling, position to wall to channel. Because what happens here is we're 4 in, 1 channeling. Right? So because of that, Lunara, instead of being walled off, is able to walk up and poke. So now we've lost our window. Now it's not a 5v4v5 anymore. Bo has D, but now you've got Imperius, who has been behind this whole time, now showing up to the fight. This is 100% a mistake in what do we want to do. Because now Bo just dies for free. There's literally nothing Bo can do. Oh my gosh. What just happened? Did Imperius miss all of his abilities? Imperius just never pushed Q? Oh my gosh. Okay, that should never happen. You deserve to die, Bo. I am baffled. And, like, we're still channeling instead of fighting. You guys get the kill. Ramsey dies. Bo dies. Nope, Bo doesn't die again. Oh my gosh. Okay. 1 for 1 and you got the objective and you're still up a whole level. I don't know how that happened, but well done. Okay. So once again, we have an advantage. What are we doing? We will get 10s first. Okay. Number 1. The objective's on their side. It's hard for us to fight for it, and they want to fight. They're the team fight, kill each other comp. You guys have more split push, macro, globals, right? We even burned one of our globals to come here. That means we will not have our global for the next one. Or if it's going to be real close, right? I see 26 seconds. So you guys need to make a call. What are we doing? Are we going for this? Oh, yeah, you're too far forward. Yeah, we're dead. Is that just a good call from them, or did we show?
I grow tired of your petty squabbling.
Yeah, we shouldn't be up here. There's no vision of them. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Like, if we're gonna be up here, we need to be in the bush, or we need to have Joe posturing the bush something. So that's unfortunate. So we overextended, overshowed, and they punished because we were standing there. So, okay. Well, either way. So we still, again, need to decide, are we doing this objective or not? I would not push for that objective. Asphalt did flying top. We just lost a whole wave of soak top. Ramsey still has dig, so we walked bottom. We have 2 globals. We shouldn't be missing soak. Okay, I don't get that. Okay, Dahaka's going back top. Are we not? Okay, so we traded bosses. Okay. Dahaka's probably dead. Yeah. Okay. So let me check real quick if there's anything that Ramsey could have done to not die there. Okay, we dug in. You just saw this take the boss. We need to run away. We need to run away. You just saw them take the boss. We had plenty of time to run away. Yeah, and then we used our digger dead. Okay. Just respecting that if you see boss taken, that somebody's near, and then we need to back up. I also don't like, once again, we have 2 globals. We're not using the second global. Right? Like, Falstead should be, if we're going to go global split push, right? Like, you took 2 globals, which means we're macro split pushing. If we're going to do that, we need to be hitting buildings. We need to be actually macroing and split pushing. Like, we're running at them to team fight them again. And that's their strength, is team fight. Like, both buildings probably die no matter what. But now, like, the objective that's on our side, that should be favorable to poke and favorable to do things, goes to them. Yeah, I don't think you needed a barrel roll over Comb. I actually think you were in good position here to stop them from channeling and to be in position to help poke. Because, like, this building's going to die or live regardless of the damage that you do to it. And so now they get this objective channel. Yeah, there's not a lot you can do here. Oh my gosh, does Bo die too? Oh, that was close. That's a good gust. Just need to save people. Okay. So all of the early game advantage we had, we've now given away by not controlling vision and walking into Garrosh. We just consistently are walking right at him, and that's what they want, is to kill things through a Garrosh taunt, Stukov silence, and 4 CCs. So, whoa, Erica. Is there something that gave a hint that you needed that? So we've disengaged the fight here. The gust is disengage. Okay, so we no longer have our disengage tool. We don't have isolation. We don't have dig. There really isn't a reason to be fighting here, right? Like, they need to answer this. Someone does. So once they show that someone's answering bottom, we can do stuff. So right here. Was it just wrong button? No, you've queued up your R. Like, this is completely blind. Like, wait for someone to set you up, Erica. Because, like, if Bo was to shield Garrosh here, right, with his ult, then you can follow up and blow up Garrosh. But right now, we don't have it for this fight. And now Bo's just dead because that's what Stukov does. And then looks like we're gonna make it. Okay. So as far as bosses go, right? Like, our boss got the wall, almost the wall down here, and they didn't even get the building. So imagine, just imagine, if before Ramsey died, right? Because Ramsey did die. If Falstead was supporting this push. If Falstead was supporting this push, Ramsey then calls 5 top. Falstead keeps pushing. Right? Because you were going to get the same building, regardless if they're there. But if they're not answering you, then you're putting pressure on their keep. And like I said, you've drafted 2 globals. This tells me you want to macro. And so if you're split pushing macro style, right? Let's not run at their team fight. Because they literally cannot macro. Their best thing they can do is siege with Lunara. And their only way they can siege is if you're dead. Because she didn't even go Vine. She went, ha ha ha. Like, once again, look, they're sharking. They're looking for kills. Right? I don't even need, like, I'll turn on everyone vision for a second. But they're literally just sitting here. Because that's all they can do is get kills. That's all they're good at. So, without Gus to disengage the fight, we don't really want to fight them. Okay, there's 3 showing top. Objectives, neutral, bottom. Once again, we need to make a decision. Can we get something done before 13s? Right? We've lost a lot of our lead due to deaths, but so we need to find a fight either pre-13s, right? Because there's half a level to 13, or we need to get to the objective and find a way to insta-cap. They're showing top. I like this camp. This camp is going to put pressure while we're here. Okay, we're here early. Garrosh is here now. Okay, if we cannot get 13s, can we stall? What is our poke? We have 2 flashlights. We have a Q. Can we get value or 13s? Because they're going to get 13s real quick here, and they want a team fight. This is not where we want to be. As much as I don't like giving up curse, this to me is a stall play. Right? You have 2 charges of flashlight. You have a couple long-range abilities. Okay, I need to talk to Erica about her builds again. I do not like this QQ build here. Yeah, I do not like Machine Gun Q, so we'll need to talk to Erica later. But, like, if you're trying to stall, right, because you've got longer range Qs now, you're trying to stall, let Ramsey get his 13s. Let him get 13s. Let him get value. right? He can clear this wave, get 13s, waddle top, get this wave. You're only like 2.5 waves away from 13. So Garrosh taunted, he failed. Blessed Shield missed. That's unfortunate. Like, Blessed Shielding here looks huge. Blessed Shielding here looks huge. Comb, I think, is just dead. There's Ring. Oh, no. Okay, so we both... Yep. And then the Light Bomb went off, too. Oh, my gosh. Okay, that was... Yep. All right. To me, this combination of mess comes down to we weren't calling what we were doing. Right? So if we're looking to fight, and we're specifically going to be using Ring to follow up on Blessed Shield, right? So that way you don't dry throw, then it needs to be I'm shielding, right? Shield, 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 shield. And then as soon as shield comes out, it should be Ring. As much as, like, I know how it feels to throw a ring to try and help, support, or cover, or peel, the peeling rings, that was a fight. You guys wanted that fight. The only reason we gusted is because we stayed too long and got thrown back in again. So you need to make a decision if we're fighting or are we stalling. Because you started off in, like, stall position, but then you went and fought when Garrosh overextended, and then we just didn't throw our buttons at Garrosh, or we're trying to throw the buttons at the back line, and that didn't land, and then we got scared, and we panicked through our ults. Like, literally, all 3 players threw their ults, and none of them landed. So, at this point, you just need to run. You just need to leave before anyone else dies. So, Ramsey, unfortunately, becomes the token sacrifice, and we just do our best to defend the curse. Okay. That's really unfortunate. I think you guys actually could have gotten a couple kills there if we would have synced up our abilities better. Okay. I'm glad that Falstad is top. This bottom building is probably dead no matter what. Middle's getting value because they can't kill the camp. Okay, so they're going to clear that. So, yep. Good job walking away and not giving kills bottom. Okay, finally 13s. Don't worry about defending this here yet. Wait for them to show. Right now they're not showing, right? We saw that they took here. Someone will have to answer this camp, yes. But don't worry about defending here until you see. So now that you see one is middle, right? We need to have someone that can clear. So I think Dahaka having dig and Falstad not having fly should swap out. As soon as Dahaka res, Dahaka should have tapped out Comb and said, hey, I'll take top. Just because that's the furthest away from where they will be, so Dahaka can global into support if you need it. So Dahaka should have, like, high-fived, Comb, you're out, and tagged out up here, so that way he can dig in and help if needed. Because right now, Comb can't help. So these two should have switched, and Falstad should have been coming middle. Okay, once again, we don't know where they are. So the dangerous thing is this bush here, and middle. So they rotated. We just saw them over here. Blessed Shield comes out. Ring is not up yet, but we threw Blessed Shield. We're fighting past our towers, and we're not 5. The Blessed Shield is a little early. Ring hits 2, unfortunately. Almost 4. Like, just a little bit tighter, and you would have had 4. Okay. So I think in draft, I heard we want Gust for boss. Right here. What if this was laser? All 5 in a... Again, all 5. Again, all 5. Again, all 5. The Gust helped save Ramsey, yes. But, like, So to me, this again comes down to what was your actual win condition. So I look at this draft, and I see macro split push with boss control. Right? They have no boss control. The only tool they have is Garrosh Unstoppable. So if Garrosh Unstoppable runs at the boss, and you gust everyone else away, Garrosh should just die. Right? Like, you have enough tools, you should be able to blow up Garrosh. Okay? So that's what I thought from this draft. After watching it now twice, here and here, you guys are actually an all-in comp. You're an all-in, everyone pushes R, and 1 or 2 players die. Between shield, ring, bomb, ISO, this probably should have been laser. If you're not going to play for bosses, take laser. There's no shame in laser. So you give up this middle building, there's nothing you can do. They're going to take that top camp. Yep, there's nothing you can do. Joe's clearing bottom. You get clear for free. We're going to try and... So they're going to get 16s, so we pretty much are stuck, right? The best thing about being stuck at this position, though, is that you have a long time to catch up, right? This boss is probably gone, too. Oh, you just ran into a wisp. Do not be walking at this boss right now. Right? And Fawcett probably shouldn't be checking this boss either. I don't know which boss they're at. But Fawcett shouldn't be trying to steal the boss or check the boss solo. And if they are taking our boss, this is a really risky 15-16 fight. But potentially you could get a boss steal if they're here in low. So, let's see what they are, what they're doing. Yep, there's Garrosh. Like I said, they just showed on the bottom half of the map. You guys have so much time, right? Like, the only time you have to act is when they're pushing on a keep, right? You have 2 of 3 objectives, so that's going to be at least 3 minutes of doing soak. It's not fun, but you can just soak. Soak till you at least get an even talent here, a 16-18, right? Like, worst case, a 16-18 fight. Then we can go fight at a boss because we're even talent here. And we have an advantage with the Gust. But, like, running at them pre-16, like, there's no reason to be anywhere on the map outside of Soak. Well. So, okay. They got our boss. See? And so now this blessed shield is rushed. Right? What does this shield do? Okay. Okay. So at this point right here, let me go back. Because I felt like I knew they were going to your boss. I'm just trying to find the evidence of it. So that way I'm not just using my in-game instincts. Okay, right here. I thought I saw it. You saw 2 of them mid, and Garrosh is running south. Garrosh just showed that he's running this way. Why would he run this way? To either gank Ramsey or to take your boss. Right? So we just saw KT also run down this way. So at this point in time, we're not 16s. We just finished clearing mid, and our boss is up. Okay. We haven't seen them in a while. My guess would be this wave or boss. We're not 16s. We can let them have the boss. Right? Because we're a global macro team. You took macro people. If you want to wombo combo team fight, then yes, a boss pit's a great place to fight. Because they're going to be nice and choked and clumped for your boss fight. Okay. So yeah, they're ahead on the boss. Falstead's going to try and fly in. Falstead flies in, and boss is gone already. So we blew Blessed Shield here. There's no follow-up. No one's in range. This is just too deep. Like, I know, it's like, boss, I want to get on the boss. This is just too far. Now we're fighting in the boss. Oh, ring landed, it looked like. Let me back it up. Dang it. Stupid HOTS. Want to buy a real replay feature when... Okay. So you didn't really get to see. You just saw boss dying when you came around the corner. So you threw shield. You're pulling what you can. ISO hits Garrosh. Mean Bee has a chance to throw Light Bomb. I think it's interrupted by Flap Flaps. No real chance for Light Bomb. Ring again is dry, but Ring hits 4. This is a great ring. Imagine again if we had laser. We got our kill. He's gonna die. Bo's gonna die. Oh, Bo lives. Nope, Bo's gonna die. He walked back in. Nice tongue, Ramsey. Gust. Wait, what? Did you think you had laser? That was a beautiful laser. All 3 were in a row. You probably actually had a chance to get a kill there. That's okay. All right. So now we got to clean up boss. So they get objective / boss. Yep, pick one. You can't do everything. Okay. They took their camp as well, so they didn't do boss. They get that objective, and that's fine. Okay, do we want to fight them at their boss? We just walk through vision again. I don't know the Wisp is. The Wisp is probably right here. Where's the Wisp? It's right here. Right? You guys walk through vision again, so they know that you're here. Pay attention to that. If you walk through vision, you see the eye over your head. So you just check the boss, and they're sitting right here. Okay. All of our ults up. Right? We don't have Dahaka. So if we want to fight, we are currently walking into a 4v5 without an advantage. Good job backing up. Good job. They blew unstoppable. Okay, are we looking to fight? Ramsey's going to dig as fast as he can, but if you're looking to fight, you need to call him in sooner. Because now you're going to throw all of your buttons, like Busted Shield's coming out to try and stop the follow-up CC. And Ramsey's not going to be here in time. Who was Ha 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 on there? That was a weird jump. Right, they even have the objective. They already got the objective. There's nothing to fight for over here. Like, if they're on boss, sure, we can look to steal if they, like, kill themselves. Okay. Blue RD. Which means False State gets thrown. You're stepping up to try and interrupt stuff. That was actually a little bit of anti-synergy. I don't think he did it on purpose, but the ring. Dahaka gets the dig. Home still dies. Dahaka's now on an island. Bo dies. She got the second pull B. Nope, maybe in a second. Yeah. So, right here, we just forced a fight that didn't need to happen. It's okay to check this. Right? Like, hey, I know you're on boss. That's a threat. Right? Hey, I know you're on boss is okay. As soon as you see 3 of them come chase you, walk away. Like, Dahaka was already pushing bottom and getting value. He's got a catapult and a huge wave down here. Right? Just walk away. And if they go boss, cool. Dahaka's getting bottom wall. Right? That's how you play the global aspect of this. Like, the way that you guys have been playing this, it feels like you guys are trying to fight them. And, like, they clearly have the better team fight team. Well, we're down 2, so that means they get the objective for free. And so we're slowly losing on time. So now we're going to get stuck at a checkmate position, where we're going to have to, like you said, either fight at the boss, right, or fight at the tribute. We get to pick. I agree with fighting at the boss because you have Gust versus at the tribute. Because then, at worst, you can hopefully steal the boss with the Gust. But this might be too early. Like, Falstead can fly, but Dahaka's not even up yet. Oh, boy. Ring's not up for 18. Good ping, Erica. Like, that means this fight is too early. And we just used Blessed Shield to try and peel for Mean B. Right? I'm guessing that's what this is a peel? Because now we don't have our engage to follow up and make sure everything lands. Falsta just flew in half health and gets chain bombed instantly. Okay, we just use Gust. Now we have no tools, no reason to fight, no reason to be here. pull. Light bulb. We could have pulled her out, maybe. Oh, man. We're just fumbling this last little bit, guys. Okay. That's a good pull. Alright. So they get tribute, and that's pretty much game. I think they get boss first. Correction. They should do boss first. Looks like they are in Garrosh's channeling. Yep. Okay. I think this one's over. Let's just see. Okay, we're all alive. 18 versus 20 is not really our ideal. So our best time to fight them now is, unfortunately, at core. So we want to poke this down as best as we can and see if we can use the core mechanic to kill them. So remember, the core mechanic gives somebody minus 75 armor. Gust kind of sort of worked. That's a good kill. 75 armor here. So they get all 3 keeps. Yeah, we're just doomed here. Even if they don't end that boss, they should have alled in there. The core is at freaking 50% health. Oh well. Okay, what do they do? We're running to our camp, running to boss. We check boss. They're down 1 for 20 seconds. So we might be able to find something. Right? So when you're in a Hail Mary type of position, you want to push the biggest advantage you have, or the biggest thing you can do. Right? So with 1 dead, with only 18 seconds now, like, we're at such a rough spot that we essentially just need to push out everything and get 20s. That's our goal. Push out everything, get 20s. We cleared our base. We have 18 seconds. What can we do with 18 seconds of free time? This boss. Take it off the map. Right? So we should all 5 be running at this boss to take the most powerful thing off the map out of the way. Can you push with this boss to end? Maybe not. But if you don't try something, you're going to lose just to attrition because you lost all 3 keeps already. So all 5 players should be right here knocking on this boss. Okay. Now this is going to sound crazy. You push with this boss. You need to support this boss. Like, it's the only thing that's getting close to core. Is this KT by himself? Okay, there's their team. Right, so instead of pushing with this boss, which KT just stunned himself, instead of pushing with this boss, we're still doing homework. Right, like, as painful as it is, at least force the fight with the boss. The boss is kind of like a +1 player, right? If you can at least try something, right? I imagine we have Wind Tunnel, right? Oops, wrong buttons. What? Okay, Comb. What? The whole... all jokes aside, people take Gust just for the level 20. You can Gust... like, okay, let's say that our team pushed with this boss. Like, you know, we didn't get that far. They've killed it this far. If all 5 players are right here, right? We're at least in range to fight near the boss. If we can fight near the boss, we can Gust them into this corner, into this wall, into this wall, into this wall, right? It's effectively a ranged mosh pit. You will literally have them stuck in a corner for 3 seconds if you can find an angle. And if they're stuck there in the corner, it makes it real hard to miss Blessed Shield. It makes it real hard to miss Ring. And we took CDR on Ring. Like, this is our chance. This is our moment. Like, I know that this looks bad, right? Like, it's going to push our core. But you're at such a Hail Mary position, you've got to try to end. And this is the only thing going positive for you. Push with it. Because instead, they've now cleared the boss. effectively for free. And now we're fighting, I'll call it an even. We're fighting our death match. Like, this is the most favorable curse you could get. So, oh, and we're split. We just used our shield again with no follow-up. Okay, where was that gust used? That's too many people going back to clear. Okay. Okay, I was going to say, if we know we're going to fight, the Hawker needs to call in. Thank you for digging early. Okay, so right here, you make the outplay bow. You know he's going to throw you. So you hit D. As he unstoppables, he attempts to throw, throws his Q because he didn't get the throw. Okay, this shield is not good. This is, again, a peeling shield for your team's initiation. Right? If you were planning to fight on this, Erica needs to be ready. Because she runs back in. If she was ready, right? If she would have been here, just a little bit forward, that's a 3-man ring. Because you took upgraded shield, they can't get out of the way. And then again, let's say you took laser. Pew, 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 pew. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And this is just barely out of the ring. Just barely. So we get our Garrosh, but at what cost? I think we end up losing 2. And the Gust again, I don't know. If you had ranged Gust, like the level 20 Gust, you could have gusted Lunara into this little spot here and she can't move. Yeah, we just slowly lose this because they're just out of position. Like, Ramsey dug in correctly for a fight to get in and do damage, and then once Joe died, like, Ramsey's stuck on an island over here. Okay, that's game. So, to me, if you guys are going to draft Cursed for macro siege pressure, you need to actually use it. You had opportunities to push, you had opportunities to do your win condition, and instead you chose to fight. And that's okay. If you want to draft these 5 heroes to fight, I'm perfectly okay with that. But you need to pick team fighting, fight ults, and work together. Because there's too many times where we're shielding, and then the ring is not on top of it. Or we're shielding, and there's no light bomb on top of it. And then the Gust, as much as we used it for boss, we never fought at a boss. There were 0 team fights at a boss. Right? The closest one was down here, and we were already late. So, might as well have gone laser. So, and then if you take Gust, I highly, highly, highly recommend taking the upgraded Gust. Like, feel free to go into, like, training mode or AI or whatever, and just play with the ranged Gust. The level 20 Gust. It's broken. Like, you get to do some really stupid plays. Every 60 seconds, you can push someone into a wall, and they just literally can't walk. Or for a boss play, you push it, and they can't walk out of the boss. Or your sieging core, you push it, and they can't walk out of their core because it just stops them from moving. But I digress. I think you guys had a lot of opportunities for Signs of Life. You actually played the early game fairly well. It's when we started just running at them and fighting, and that's not our strength. Right? If you want to fight and you want to engage, pick an engage tank, not a wall tank. If you want to fight, pick damage instead of macro. So, all good. I think overall it's a good learning experience, good game. Quickly do talents. Shield. Subdue, yes. Movement speed, yes. Shield, yes. Hammer, yes. Holy Renewed, yes. Radiating Faith, sure. If you're planning to wombo combo, this is fine. I would have had no problem with the other ult as well, just because they were so clumped. You probably could have taken, is it because you're dead? I can't see your talents. Okay. I would have been okay with also the Blinded by the Light. just because it gives you more heals, and it seemed like your people were dying, whether it be chain bombs or whatever. So either one I think would have been fine. The Hawk things, tanky minions, drag. Yep. Armor. I'm glad someone took armor reduction on their team. Another armor reduction. Good, because of Garrosh. Yes, so we have one armor reduction. So if we have one armor reduction, I don't know what other talents on this tier off the top of my head, Ramsey. But feel free, if you think you would have gotten Azaze off, to take the AA, or if you feel like more W, feel free to take it. I don't think you're required to take this, just because you know Erica was taking it. So either way, it's not that it's bad, just armor rip doesn't stack. It only applies the highest. So it would apply the minus 25% armor versus your 10% armor. So Tunneling Claws, I agree. And then group ISO. Yeah. So you guys were wombo combo. If you would hit the combo, hit the stuff, group ISO'd, yeah. So I definitely think this should have been laser this game if that's how you guys were playing it. This is the sieging build. I think this is fine. This is fine. Percentage health for the Garrosh, I guess. What else is on that tier? I don't think you necessarily needed that. Either one of these would have been fine, I think. I would have taken movement speed. Just because I would have taken, I would have taken either one of these over this. Because all it does is increase the slow, and you don't need the slow. You've got plenty of slows from Jaina. So either one of these would have been better. I would have taken the barrel one since you took the barrel one here. Apologies. And then Anduin things. I'm not 100% on Anduin, but I'm glad you took 2 charges of pull. Just make sure to pull your friends out. I don't know if I like this 13. What is this 13 choice again? No. No. Okay, Mean Bee. Not sure if you thought you needed this just because like people were getting died and you think you could yank save them. But take this for yourself. That movement speed is so huge, especially since you took both of the other Ws. Take this. Like, your movement speed is key to being able to be in the right position to get out of danger and to be able to pull people out of danger. So being able to have 30% movement speed is nuts, right? Like, if you pull someone and they die, they're dead. Like, you can only save so much. Like, even if, and it's over 4 seconds, right? It's not like they get instantly healed. It'd be different if it was you heal them, you pull them and they get instantly healed. So, yeah. And then I agree with 2D charges and then upgraded light bomb. Yeah, I think that's fine. Okay, Erica. I will even type in Discord for you for this. Okay. I don't think this talent is good. I just don't. I think the only time this talent is good is if you take Q on 1. Because then you can actually machine gun fire it out. So if you want to take Q on 1, that means you can't take Q on 4, because the tried and true Jaina is you need one of the mana talents, right? So you're stuck. It's like, which of the mana talents do I take? Do I take the longer 4 and take the mana talent here, which means I can't pierce, right? So the only way this works is if you have like a Malfurion where you can take Q, 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 and then Malf just constantly spams you with mana. So I don't like this anymore. Like, yeah. Outside of like ARAM, I don't think this is good. Either one of these would have been better. So this one here would have helped you with your boss siege because you get CDR on your Blizzard, so you can do that more. This one would have helped you with your Garrosh and your Cone of Colds because you were hitting cones, and then you would have gotten more ease off the CDR. So I 100% am glad you took the armor route, Rip. This is right. Glad you took it. This one here, obviously you do what you do. If you can use this button effectively, it's amazing. So I didn't get to check your usage on it. I assume you did good. And then upgraded route is good. So if you're going to Jaina on Cursed Hollow and it's macro focused, that's the key there, it's macro focused. I do believe it's Q4 using the cheat to be able to clear minions, and then it's Ice Fury Wand. That's the macro version. So, all right. Good game, guys. Catch you on the next one.